Welcome back, everyone. In this video, we're going to look at the volume of prisms. In the last video, we looked at the surface area, and you'll be pleased to know that the volume is much easier to calculate than the surface area. So this should be a much shorter and quicker video. So suppose I give you a prism where the base, or the cross section, has an area of capital A. So that's colored in purple here. And this cross section, or this area, is repeated over a length h, which we usually call the height. And sometimes this is called the breadth as well. Sometimes height is not an appropriate term because the prism might be like this. And in this instance, what I'm calling h is actually not a vertical height, and so that's why sometimes we use the word breadth as well. But height is simple, so I'm going to stick with it, and in this instance the area is here. So if we know the area and we know the height, then the volume is given by A times h. Okay, so here's the basic idea. If I know the area of the base of the prism, all I need to do is multiply it by the height and I've got the volume. Done. There's no need to add faces together, so the calculation is usually quite straightforward. So let's do some examples. All right, so here, my base is a rectangle, 10 by 12, and my height is 25 meters. So my area of my base is 10 times 12, and that gives me 120. The volume is equal to the area of the base times the height. And so what I need to do is take 120 and multiply this by 25. And if I do this, I will get 3,000. And I'm with meters, dealing with meters here, so my unit is going to be cubic meters, or m to the power of 3. In general, if I have a length L, a width W, and a height h, then I have a nice formula that I can use as well. So I'll just quickly write this sentence. Length L, width W, height h, has volume V equals length times width times height. Okay, and this part here, length times width, that's the base at the bottom. Okay, so I'm happy for you to use this from now on. You don't have to break it up into height and area, but you can if you want. Okay, next example. And this is the final example. So here I've got a triangular prism with a height or a depth of 15. And the area of my triangle is going to be given by half times the base length of the triangle times the height of the triangle. So just be aware that base and height can refer to a face, such as a triangle, and also a surface and a height in a prism. So just be careful there. So this is the area of this triangle here. Notice that I gave you the height 8. If I didn't give you the height 8, this question would not be possible to solve without some further tools. So if we do this calculation, we get 10. The depth, which I've called h, we've just got to be a little bit careful here, is 15. And therefore, the volume is going to be the area of the base of the prism, capital A, times the height. And that's going to be 10 times 15. Sorry, that should be 80, not 10. So I'll change that. That's better. 80 times 15. And if I multiply 80 by 15, I get 1200 cubic meters. Okay, so when you're dealing with prisms, the idea is very simple. Find the base area, capital A, and multiply it by the h, and you're done. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.